Sony's upcoming FX3 II, expected to launch in mid-2025, is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated cameras in the professional video market. As the successor to the highly acclaimed FX3, this new model is designed to build upon its predecessor's strengths while introducing cutting-edge features that could redefine compact cinema cameras. Speculation is growing around its potential to surpass Sony's own A7S series, raising questions about the brand's strategic direction in the video-focused camera segment. The original FX3, released in 2021, carved out a niche as a compact full-frame cinema camera, offering videographers a balance between portability and professional-grade output. Borrowing the 12MP sensor from the A7S III, it delivered outstanding low-light performance, supported 4K 120fps recording, and featured a modular design that worked seamlessly with gimbals and drones. The FX3's active cooling system allowed for extended recording sessions, and its emission of an electronic viewfinder kept the body lightweight. For many, it was the ideal balance of cinematic capability and accessibility. The FX3 II is expected to retain these core attributes while improving upon them, including 5-axis in-body stabilization, a fully articulating LCD screen, and dual base ISO settings, features that made the FX3 a favorite among filmmakers. However, Sony appears ready to address long-standing user critiques while pushing technological boundaries. One of the most exciting rumors surrounding the Sony FX3 II is the possible introduction of a global shutter sensor. Traditional CMOS sensors use a rolling shutter that scans the image line by line, which can cause distortion during fast motion or quick camera pans. A global shutter captures the entire frame at once, eliminating such artifacts, an invaluable upgrade for action sports, documentary work, or any scenario involving rapid movement. Historically, global shutter sensors have struggled with dynamic range and high ISO performance, but advancements in sensor technology could allow Sony to overcome these limitations. If true, the FX3 II could become the first full-frame camera in its price range to feature a global shutter, setting a new industry benchmark for motion capture. Sensor resolution remains another hot topic of debate. Early leaks suggest the FX3 II will retain a 12MP sensor similar to the FX3 and A7S III, prioritizing exceptional low-light sensitivity and dynamic range. However, other rumors hint at a 24MP sensor, which would enable sharper 4K footage through oversampling and provide greater flexibility for cropping in post-production. A higher resolution sensor could also support open-gate recording, allowing filmmakers to shoot in taller aspect ratios and reframe shots for vertical formats like Instagram Reels and TikTok without sacrificing quality. While a 24MP sensor could compromise the FX3 II's low-light performance, Sony's advanced pixel binning techniques and dual-gain architecture may mitigate these concerns. Video specifications are another area where Sony is expected to push innovation. Most sources agree that the FX3 II will maintain 4K 120fps as a baseline, but some rumors suggest it could offer 4K at 180fps or even 240fps, positioning it ahead of competitors like the Canon R5C and Panasonic S1H. Such high frame rates would be invaluable for slow-motion sequences in sports, wildlife, and dramatic filmmaking. To handle the massive data flow required for these capabilities, Sony may leverage its AVC-SI codec, which already supports 4:2:2 10-bit internal recording. However, the camera's ability to sustain high bitrate filming will depend on its cooling system, a point of contention in ongoing discussions. Another potential upgrade is internal RAW recording. The current FX3 requires an external recorder to capture ProRes RAW, which adds bulk and complexity to shooting rigs. If Sony integrates internal RAW into the FX3 II, it would significantly streamline workflows for solo shooters and run-and-gun filmmakers. However, patent restrictions and processing limitations might mean that Sony opts for compressed RAW formats like Blackmagic RAW or its proprietary XOCN. Ergonomic refinements are also expected in the FX3 II. While the original FX3's compact design was praised, some users found the grip and button layout slightly uncomfortable for prolonged handheld use. Leaks suggest that the FX3 II will feature a redesigned grip with deeper contours and more tactile buttons to reduce fatigue. Additionally, Sony may address the FX3's weather sealing shortcomings, particularly the hot shoe's vulnerability to moisture, by reinforcing seals or redesigning the accessory port. Another rumored feature is an optional EVF accessory, which could be attached via the hot shoe to bridge the gap between cinema and hybrid camera users. Audio performance could see a major leap forward with the possible inclusion of 32-bit float audio recording, a feature recently popularized by the Panasonic GH7. This technology captures a wider dynamic range, preventing audio clipping and allowing greater flexibility in post-production, especially useful for unpredictable environments such as weddings and live events. When combined with the FX3's existing XLR handle, this improvement could reduce reliance on external audio recorders and simplify production setups. Storage remains a point of discussion, with Sony likely to continue supporting CF Express Type A cards. However, the FX3 2nd of May introduced dual card slots that accept both CF Express Type A and SD-UHS-2 cards, offering greater flexibility while maintaining compatibility with existing users' workflows. Pricing for the Sony FX3 II is expected to fall between $3,800 and $4,200, positioning it as a premium tool for serious filmmakers. This pricing suggests that Sony intends to keep the FX3 II firmly within the cinema camera segment, distinct from hybrid models like the A7 IV. However, its release raises questions about the future of the A7S series, which has long been Sony's go-to option for low-light video. Since the FX3 and A7S III share the same sensor and processor, equipping the FX3 II with a global shutter, internal ND filters, and internal RAW recording could effectively render the A7S series obsolete. Sony may be shifting hybrid users toward the FX line for video-centric needs while reserving the A7 lineup for photography-focused users. This strategy carries potential risks. The A7S III's built-in EVF and smaller form factor make it an attractive option for hybrid shooters who need versatility. If the FX3 II leans too heavily into cinema-oriented features, it could alienate this audience. However, if Sony offers modular flexibility, such as a detachable EVF, it could satisfy both filmmakers and hybrid users. The FX3 II will enter a competitive market, facing off against formidable rivals like Canon's EOS R5C, which offers 8K RAW but suffers from overheating, and Panasonic's Lumix S5 II, which boasts open-gate recording and phase-detect autofocus but lacks global shutter technology. Blackmagic's Pocket Cinema Camera 6K Pro delivers internal RAW at a lower price but falls short in autofocus and portability. Sony's advantage lies in its ability to balance cutting-edge technology with real-world usability. The FX3 II's rumored global shutter, silent cooling system, and 32-bit float audio could address pain points that competitors have yet to solve. Additionally, its seamless compatibility with Sony's vast E-mount lens ecosystem ensures adaptability across genres, from documentaries to narrative filmmaking. For professionals considering an upgrade, the decision will ultimately depend on how well Sony executes these rumored innovations. Can a global shutter coexist with stellar low-light performance? Will internal RAW recording be robust enough for high-stakes projects? If Sony successfully delivers on these advancements, the FX3 II won't just be an incremental upgrade, it could redefine an entire category and further solidify Sony's dominance in the cinema camera market.